Hello there, we have finally completed the if statement section of chapter 5 and we are at the try it yourself section so we can practice what we have learned. So let's begin with 5-3 alien colors. Imagine an alien was just shot down in a game. Create a variable called alien color and assign it a value of green, yellow, or red. Write an if statement to test whether the alien's color is green. If it is, print a message that the player just earned 5 points. Write one version of this program that passes the if test and another that fails. The version that fails will have no output. Okay, so let's create a new file. Let's clear the screen and touch alien color.py. And let's open the file aliencolor.py. Perfect. Now it's quite simple. Alien color, let's set it to green, and we just want to check if alien color is green, right? Then print the player earned 5 points. For a green alien, you earn 5 points. We can run the program aliencolor.py. Alien earned 5 points, and they said change the color of the alien and you will get no output. So let's try it. And you got no output because the condition was not satisfied. And now we have alien colors too. Choose a color for an alien as you did in 5-3 and write an if-elif chain. If the alien's color is green, print a statement that the player just earned 5 points for shooting the alien. So we have done that. If the alien's color isn't green, print a message that the player just earned 10 points. And then they are saying that write a version of this program that runs if block, another that runs the else block. Well, okay. Now we just need an else, and we are gonna print the player earned 10 points. And instead of writing two different versions, we can just change the value of the variable to see different results. Let's start with green, just like last time. Run the code. The player earned 5 points. And let's change it to yellow. And this time the player will earn 10 points. Now we are at 5-5. Turn your if-elif chain from 5-4 into an if-elif-else chain. If the alien is green, print a message that the player just earned 5 points. If the alien is yellow, they earn 10 points. If it's red, they earn 15 points. Write three versions of this program, making sure each message is printed for the appropriate color. Okay, so instead of else, we are gonna make it an elif. Elif alien color is yellow. Now else is always optional, but you can have an else that will run every time. You can have an else that will run every time. The player earned 15 points. So let me show you the difference between having a last else or an elif. So in this case, if I do red, we are gonna get an else, right? Print aliencolor.py. The player earned 15 points. But what if it was black? So for any color that we do not have, we're gonna see the else. That's what I mean by it's gonna run every time. So every time the first two fails, else is gonna run. If we don't want else to run, if we want a condition for else as well, we can write it alien color is red. Now the alien color isn't one of green, yellow, and red. None of the code is gonna work. So let's run it. Python aliencolor.py. We got nothing. Let's say red Python alien color.py. Now we got 15 points. So I guess this is it for 5-5. Let's try 5-6, stages of life. This one is very similar to the grade example that we did. Now, instead of using the marks and assigning a grade, we are checking someone's age and giving them a stage of life. So, for example, if someone's age is less than 2, they are a baby. If it's less than 4, they are a toddler. If it's less than 13, they are a kid. If it's less than 20, so yeah, so if it's less than 20, they are a teenager. And if it's less than 65, they are an adult. They are an adult. And finally, if it's older than 65, then they are an elder finally. So we can create a new file, touch, call it stages.py, and let's create open stages, and write some code. Let's say someone's age is 20. Let's say 20. Now someone who's 20 is gonna be adult according to this problem. And let's just start writing our if-else chain. If age is less than 2, we can just say baby. Elif age is less than 4. See how I'm using less than and not less than or equal to. So someone whose age is 2, they're not a baby, they're gonna be a toddler, because 2 is not less than 2, right? And we can keep on going. Aleph age is less than 13, we're gonna say they're a kid. Aleph age is less than 20. Now for less than 20, we are using teenager in this case. So I need someone who is 19 or less than 19. They are teenagers. Now if someone is anywhere between 20 and 64, Aleph age is less than 65, they are an adult. And finally, we can have an else saying they are elderly. Now it's up to you if you want to use an else or another Aleph. You could have an Aleph age is greater than or equal to 65. That's going to give the same result. Because if none of the tests above passes, we are going to get this one is going to pass always, right? If the ones from above fail, this is going to pass always, because there's no way a number cannot be any of these ranges. A number will be in any one of these ranges. So it's up to you. You could just do an else. Now let's run it and see if it works. Now in order to be 100% sure it works, you're gonna need multiple checks. You're gonna need multiple numbers to be 100% sure. You can have one. And check if one is going to provide a correct answer. Yes, one is a baby. Let's say, what about 4? Now for our example, 4 is gonna be a kid. 4 is gonna be a kid, because this one is gonna fail. 4 is not less than 4. 4 is less than 13. Now we can try with 20. We can try with 20. Yeah, sure. Let's try with 20. Python stages.py adult. We can try with 65, and we should get an elderly. Python stages.py elderly. 64 is an adult. 64 is an adult. So that's it for stages.py. Now finally, favorite fruit. 5-7 favorite fruit. Make a list of your favorite fruits and then write a series of independent if statements that check for certain fruits in your list. Make a list of your 3 favorite fruits and call it favorite fruits. Write 5 if statements. Each should check whether a certain kind of fruit is in your list. If the fruit is in your list, the if block should print a statement that such as you really like bananas. Okay, let's create a new file. Favorite fruits.py. Let's open it. Favorite fruits.py. I can have my favorite fruits. Fruits. Well, I do like bananas. I like apples. I like guavas, and I also like grapes. I guess that's it. That's it. Now I can write some if statements. If melon and favorite fruits, I can print melon. I really like melons, for example. And you can check for multiple items. Now, what else could I add? Strawberries, strawberry, and favorite fruits. Now, I have put them in plural, but your fruit names would need to match exactly. So if I do melons, I will need to make sure that melon is in my list. If I do melons here, but I put melon, although the item is in the list, the check is gonna fail because the string matching checks by characters. So there is no S in my melon. So that's something you're gonna look out for. Strawberries. So let's do everything plural. I really like strawberries. Now I put these two on purpose because they were not in my list. Now I can add one that is in my list. I really like bananas. And well, the book is saying 5, but let's just do one more. Apples. Let's do apples. If apples and favorite fruits, print I really like apples. I really like apples. So the first two are gonna fail, the second two are gonna pass. Let's run it. I really like bananas. I really like apples. Again, as I said, if you change the casing as well, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna work. Print favorite. I really like apples. So when you're checking for each item, you need to make sure that they match exactly. If they do not match, we can learn later on how we change the casing. But this is it for right now, and I hope it all makes sense, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.